What's up, peeps? My name is Phil Ricca, and this is a show called We Talk About Sports Stuff, where we talk about sports stuff sometimes. We got my co-anchor, Jocelyn Abrams, to the right of me, and my other anchor, Gabe Medina, to the left of me. So we're going to start the show off with Conor McGregor and the assault allegations against him and his retirement. So what do you guys, what's your take on that?
Well, yesterday he retired.
Well, yeah.
I think he's gone through like a couple.
Semi-retired. I remember a few years ago, he said he would retire. He retired, then he came back like less than 6 months later, something like that.
Yeah, like he didn't, like it was kind
of a bluff.
Yeah, kind of bluffing. And I wonder if that's kind of what's happening again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there are recent allegations that came out, actually mostly
January,
from...
right?
Well, so the New York Times put out a story yesterday about he allegedly assaulted, or how he was under investigation for allegedly assaulting a woman in Ireland in, I think, December of 2018, and this is interesting mostly because so the laws in Ireland are so strict about what the media can and can't report, or Irish media can and can't report, especially when it's about rape convictions and assault. So this investigation is very much ongoing, but the New York Times had 4 sources who spoke to them, saying that it's Conor McGregor who is under investigation for it.
I guess until then, it's just kind of something because, like I said, the investigation's still going.
Still pending,
and, especially in terms of the laws and rules against with media over in Ireland, we can only time can tell when we get more information and more sort of an update on the story. But in terms of his retirement, if this is for real, for the most part, he will most likely be, in a way, sort of well off.
Yeah,
I mean,
he makes millions of dollars.
He makes millions, especially after that fight he had with Mayweather.
In 2017,
a few years ago. That fight made a lot of money for both
sides?
Yeah, both sides involved. So, it'd be safe to say that, with retirement, he's fairly well off.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what do you guys think about the Miami Heat? Are you fans? You guys watch basketball often?
Not really much of a basketball person.
I like soccer.
Okay. Well, moving on. Cameron Wolfe of ESPN.com has reported that Miami Heat have hung Chris Bosh's #1 jersey of the rafters last night. And he really couldn't have ended his night better. One full of great memories, emotional tributes, and colorful stories. He's quoted as saying, "When I was down and out, when I was going through things, you guys taught me how to rebound." Pun intended? I'm not sure. All the current Heat players and several from past teams, including Alonzo Mourning, Shane Battier, and Juwan Howard, were on the court to watch the ceremony. Dwayne Wade actually introduced Bosh as one of the greatest players to ever live, and the piece and the person that made the Big Three era legendary. Wade also acknowledged Bosh as the greatest video bomber in NBA history. Bosh has immortalized his place in Heat history during Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, that was incredible. I remember watching that. Damn, 6 years ago. Oh my God, that was amazing. So with that, I'll hand it over to my co-anchor, Jocelyn Abrams.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So during her meeting with the House Appropriations Subcommittee yesterday, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos proposed to cut $7 billion in spending for educational programs, including cutting the entire $18 million from the Special Olympics. Rather than spend the money designated for the Special Olympics on the Special Olympics, DeVos instead suggested that the money be directed for charter schools. According to several news outlets, including NBC, USA Today, Yahoo News, among many others, DeVos suggested that the money for the Special Olympics would be better spent elsewhere since the program could survive through philanthropy. Wisconsin Representative Mark Pocan, informed DeVos that over 270,000 children would be affected by this budget cut, and in response, DeVos stated that she and the Trump administration have continued to hold that funding at a level amount and in the context of a budget proposal that is a 10% reduction. The proposed budget cut not only substantially reduces spending for the Special Olympics, but it also includes cuts to billions of dollars toward about 30 other educational programs. The Special Olympics itself is the world's largest sports organization meant for children and adults with both mental and physical disabilities. It provides competition to over 5 million people around the globe from 174 different countries, and it was started in the United States. While the Special Olympics does receive funding from private companies, including United Airlines and Toyota, the United States does play an important role in funding this nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering people with disabilities and bringing around acceptance and inclusion. And Gabe has Gabe's got his story
Yeah.
on the Giants CEO being suspended.
Oh, yeah. This week, MLB suspended San Francisco Giants CEO Larry Baer after he had an altercation with his wife earlier this month. On March 1st, a video surfaced on TMZ that showed the altercation with Baer and his wife. The video shows Baer struggling with his wife as he tries to take a cell phone from her hands. As the video goes on, she begins to scream, "Oh my God," as she falls out of her chair. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said that Baer would be suspended until July 1st. Within that period of time, he would be receiving counseling and will be unpaid. However, he will still be the Giants CEO and president of the club after the suspension is over. The Bears had been together for about 3 decades and have had 4 children. In a later interview, Baer's wife, Pam Baer, clarified the events that took place in the video. She said that she had taken her husband's phone and that she tried to stand up, but a previous foot injury she had caused her to fall. She also said that she had received no injuries in the fall and she still feels happily married to her husband. Since the video, Baer has made an apology about the matter and said that he and his wife are deeply embarrassed. He has also gone on record to say that he accepts Manfred's decision and that he plans to learn from his mistakes and seek professional advice. For the time being, the president of baseball operations, Farhan Zaidi, and the rest of the Giants executive team will manage the day-to-day operations. They'll also be reporting to Rob Dean, who is the son-in-law of the Giants owners, Harmon and Sue Barnes. The team itself has expressed their thoughts on the matter and agree with the decision as well. They have said that they will work with the league and Baer to make sure that he completes his program. They also said that he had committed himself to undergo the necessary counseling program to ensure that it never happens again. Back to you.
Well, looks like that's a wrap. So this was We Talk About Sports Stuff, where we talk about sports stuff sometimes, and we'll see you guys next time. Awesome.